Prime Minister Boris Johnson unveils a plan to lift coronavirus restrictions from July 19 while urging the population to learn to live with the virus. We have Caroline Kennedy of our EBC UK Bureau with that story. Caroline.
Learn to live with the virus, Johnson tells Britons. British Prime Minister Boris Johnson will on Monday unveil a plan to lift coronavirus restrictions from July 19th while urging the population to learn to live with the virus. Johnson had initially aimed for a full reopening on the 21st of June, but was forced to push back the date because of a surge in the highly contagious Delta variant. The variant now accounts for nearly all the new COVID-19 cases in Britain. The Prime Minister will give a press conference and Health Minister Sajid Javid is addressed to schedule Parliament on the issue. After Russia, Britain has the highest coronavirus death toll of any European country at more than 128,000. It is gradually ending a third lockdown period, although some restrictions still remain. Nightclubs have not been allowed to reopen, large-scale events do not run at full capacity, and service is still restricted in pubs. The Prime Minister's office said its latest figures indicate that the number of cases will continue to rise as restrictions are lifted, but also the link to the hospitalizations and deaths has been weakened thanks to the vaccinations. In December, Britain was one of the first countries to roll out an in-conclusion program and around 64% of adult population has now received 2 doses of the COVID vaccination. Today, we will set out how we can restore people's freedoms, Johnson was quoted as saying a statement released ahead of the press conference. But he nevertheless stressed that the pandemic was not over, that people must begin to learn to live with the virus and exercise judgment when going out about their lives. For several days, the government in London has suggested it will appeal people's common sense and might make wearing masks optional in public, although Scottish government is taking it more cautious line. Some academics who advise that the government have sharply criticised easing the rules on wearing masks. Stephen Reacher, a professor of social psychology at the University of St Andrews in Scotland, considered it frightening to have a health secretary who wants to make all protections a matter of personal choice when the key message to the pandemic is this isn't an I thing, it's a we thing. Your behavior affects my health, Reacher said. Susan Michi, a psychology professor who specializes in behavior changes, was also critical. Allowing community transmission to surge is like building a new variant factories at a fast rate, she said. Over the weekend, British Medical Association urged the government to maintain some restrictions owing to the alarming increase of COVID-19 cases, which are nearly at 30,000 a day. I'm Caroline Kennedy reporting from North East England. We live in interesting times.